A novel written by Karl Heiss. The Devil is Not to Blame, Forgotten Sly Men. Chapter 15, The Tale of the Two Sisters. I have never confided in anyone. The same people who are there to laugh at one cannot very well be made one's confidant. Soren Kierkegaard. The visit in the village has been more than eventful. Back in Mexico, John Moore, Sr. dedicated a portion of his time documenting a comparative study of the behavior of his two sisters. The young analyst was amused by these two ladies, whose match of folly is found only among the unwise girls of the Gospel of the Ten Virgins. If not folly, how could one describe the fact that these two ladies, all from the same mother and father, were in love of the same man who is engaged to God? The witness to such folly was willing to continue his watch of this life drama. He was not their confidant, but he was aware of his sisters' love secrets. The sisters were just looking for lame motives to fight, unconcerned or rather unaware of their observers. They seemed taken with finding any single occasion of fighting lost battles over a man whose mind and heart were set on God. The man was all far from their reach, but they vowed in their heart for the forbidden treasure, the man of God. They never failed to exhibit unknown to them their sick attachment to Genjo. The funny thing was that the subject of such passion was not aware of the battle to have. In this case it was a feeling that was less than appropriate. That the two sisters were fighting over the same man showed that they had let such strong feeling take them over insidiously. This year's National Secondary School Essay Competition has seen the narrative of the young witty fellow's one-way love story of his two sisters come up as the winning entry. After we went back home, it was obvious that my two sisters were competing for the same forbidden fruit. They lusted for the only man who wanted to dedicate his life to God. Any concerned parent is happy to find a good party for his endeared daughter. If the daughter finds to herself a party pleasing to her parents, that could be okay too. A good marriage is a blessing for those parents very much thoughtful of leaving behind a lasting inheritance. An inheritance of hope and joy, not sorrow. But not all will be enthusiastic to see their two beloved daughters focus their love on the same man dedicated to the Most High. That they were running after a gentleman who was ready to keep himself holy for the sake of kingdom in the service of the Lord was simply a case for great worry and sorrow. To go for whatever is set apart for God was tantamount to act in defiance of YHWH. Only Jacob is alleged to have succeeded in such a dangerous endeavor. The rest who ventured in such perilous game ended up kissing dust. All good parents will prefer to see their daughter to be the wife of Dracula than to run after the man set apart wholly for God. Any daughter who is running after a man of God is fighting against God. She is going astray in the process. Joseph Duarte set his mind on God. He was destined to priesthood, and it will be impossible for him to elope with either lady unless he forfeited his noble aim of serving the Lord as a knight companion. From all corners and evidently, any such a compromise was far from the mind of the ambassador of Xutl, who wanted to be a genuine follower of the provincial Jew. But will the two sisters stop short of their ambition to run after the forbidden party, and their wild desire to marry the same man? And will they not kill each in the process? As though culled straight from one magical tale of Miguel de Cervantes, Brenda Lucia's whimsical handle is only outdone by her ethereal face, wide-set eyes, arched cheekbones, bee-stung lips, and all that she excelled as a student at La Nacional Universidad de Viga. She grew up to be the kind of effortless beauty that most women would sell their souls to the first hellish legate to become, an accomplished queen of gentlemen's hearts. In a sea of men with grey beards and deep pockets, Maria Corazon and her sister radiate a beacon of hotness and an envy of ladies. Upon first glance, one could posit that Maria Corazon and Brenda Lucia were actually made in a lab by a team of scientists hell-bent on creating the ultimate male fantasy, if not taken out from a temple filled with gorgeous vestals. They seem the balance of the monster of Frankenstein. These two voluptuous hipsters, when discovered by men whose behaviors become apish, are scarcely forgotten. Months after, these admirers will turn to their many pictorials to keep them company on those cold, Grey nights when fridges are barren because of the flood, robbers attack banks because wallets have become feather light, and the laundry simply refuses to do itself because the maidservant is in travail at the backyard. Sometimes, these gentlemen, some bespectacled, claimed that listening beyond the monotonous din that loneliness tends to produce, they can hear one of the two sisters talking to them. What ladies carried away by their love for an extraordinary man could say exactly to these silly people? Well, they argued, that's between the lovely sisters and them. If you don't mind, find your own obsession. To the point of being painful, Lucia Brenda and Corazon Dolores were not only intelligent but also two beautiful blue angel eyes. Many interesting parties all too willing to marry them were not lacking. Though they were ready to be in their attendance, the two sisters as in chorus would not even give them a small kiss after they managed with great valor to solve the most difficult riddles of the universe. The word beauty was created for thee and is best used only to portray thee, once told a desperate suitor to one of these two quasi-sirens. But this life story continues. For the greater glory of God. This epic tale won the hearts of the jury, who awarded to John Moore, Sr. the first prize. What joy are these ladies out for? In search for? To hang out with Joseph Duarte, who was not even for all the gold of this world ready to talk to them, except only as his beloved sisters. Corazon Dolores in actual fact is 2 years younger than her sister and a twin sister of Joe Parkson. Her birth was delayed for 1 hour after that of her beloved brother. She is simply considered the third child of the family before the more quizzical John Moore Parkson.